Happy Wednesday, Ride and Die supporters. How are you? Praise God for the blessings that flow on this beautiful Wednesday. Getting that great news that I received from R. Kelly supporters and fans that Robert Sylvester Kelly did make, was on a conference call, I'm sorry, with his attorneys and also with the judge discussing his trial that will be approaching in August, I believe, due to the COVID-19, according to what's going on with that, how they are trying to set a date for his trial. So far, everything is looking wonderful for him, and I'm just so happy to hear that. I'm glad that things are starting to unfold of all the crazy stuff that took place for him to be in this situation, and how now a lot of people are being exposed that was behind the setup with Robert Sylvester Kelly, the Clarys, and also the Savages. Tasha, I was listening to somebody uploaded a video about Tasha K discussing some of the things that she had receipts on with some of these so-called alleged victims that the Savages and the Clarys, more likely the Savages and the Clarys that she had receipts on of their behavior and behind what they were doing to set R. Kelly up and things they were trying to make deals with him with. It was interesting to hear all of that. And I figured something like that probably was taking place. Like R. Kelly didn't want to go along with some of the things they were doing, so they was going to set him up with their young daughters and have this man put behind bars, or maybe they was working along with somebody else to do all of this and was getting paid to do it. And also found out that Azarel isn't really Angelo's real daughter. And I'm like, is that for real, for real? I don't know if that's for real, because when I look at her and I look at him, I do see there is some resemblance there. It could have fooled me. That's what I'm just saying. It could have fooled me that she's not his real daughter. But if that's not his real daughter, then it's sad that, this man ain't in jail for taking nudies of this young girl. And even if it was his daughter, what real father excuse me, excuse me, I have to reiterate that. What father would want to take pictures of his daughter's bosoms and behind? Young daughter's bosom and behind. That's kind of creepy. And then where's Alice, her mother? I mean, really, you letting this man do this to your child and you're not, putting him up against any charges for this? I just pray that Alice is okay and she's all right, because I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of weird that if that's not her real father, even if it was her real father, why would he be taking pictures of his young daughter like that and pushing her up on an older man like they say he was doing? Also about the Savages, that family, who to me always seem weird, except Joy. I like Joy. I personally, I like the young lady. I'm not going to talk bad about her. What her family does, I guess she disconnected herself from them because of what they're doing. She didn't want to go along with them. And I'm pretty sure she might have, I'm not saying pretty sure, but she could have really fell in love with Robert Sylvester Kelly. And if that's who she wants to be with, I don't have a problem. And she is an adult. And to me, Joy doesn't really have like a young spirit. She acts kind of more mature and older than what she really is. And when she got involved with Robert or whatever like that, she was legally that age. She got like an older spirit. She's not like a typical young woman of today's woman. She's not like that. So I would like for, if that is her boo, and if R. Kelly and her are both on the same level mentally, I don't see no problem with them two being together. That's the way I feel. I would love her for Robert Sylvester. I would love her for Robert Sylvester Kelly. I don't know about anybody else how y'all feel because of what her family was up to, and he probably had her a part of it at one time, but she probably genuinely fell in love with him, and it could have happened. It happens, sometimes people plot evil, and they evil backfires or turn again, turn on them in another way. It don't what they meant for evil turns out to be good. So it could have been that way. But as far as for Azarel, she need to just move on with her life and just really, really just move on with her life. That's the way I feel. I would never like him, that young lady, to be in any kind of relationship with him. Not even no kind of relationship, because she's flip flops all over the place, and she doesn't seem to stay stable. She doesn't seem to be leveled very well. So I wouldn't recommend any young man to be with her right now. I'm sorry. I am sorry, because she's just not all there. She's a little off. um, and that's what I wanted to come and share with my supporters today, and with my subscribers, about Robert Sylvester Kelly, basically about his trial coming up in August, and him being able to be on a phone conference with his attorneys and also with the judge. And I heard it was a very nice conversation. Everything went well. Everybody spoke very, respectful to each other, getting whatever they had to say across to one another. And even Robert made a few comments and said some few words. And people were able to hear his voice, and it just made his supporters and his fans excited to hear that. And then I also noticed that there's some more people coming forward, like starting to open up channels and stuff and become Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters. And I want to thank you, those of you who's been day one and who has not wavered in any kind of way, and you stayed on top of things. I want to thank all of you, because you have done a great job. And I wish I had the funds, the money to really support every channel all at once, but I don't got it like that right now. But when I do, and I'm pretty sure that when Robert gets through all of this, he's going to show his appreciation to each and every last one of you in some kind of way. Maybe make a song for you, dedicate a song to his supporters and fans and those who really stuck in there with him through this trial he's going through. He showed his gratitude, and I believe that's probably why he wanted to be on that conference call, and he made that appearance, because he's appreciating the things that you do. So you keep doing what you're doing, and don't give up. Don't give up hope, and just continue to stay prayerful and steadfast in your prayers as we continue to fight for the justice for this man, rights and due process rights and things like that, because that's what it's all about. It's about loyalty, dedication, commitment, and being obligated to what you're doing, and being faithful. And I know sometimes it gets a little hard, and it gets weary, and you get worn out, because you get these distractions that come along the way, people that come from left field with other things, and every time we want to speak on something good, somebody got to come and put a damper on it, put a dagger in it, or whatever, but you just stay doing what you're doing and stay focused, and just block out all the rest of that craziness. If it ain't nothing good and ain't nothing positive, just leave it alone. That's the way I look at it. I mean, everything can't be 100% perfect, but just try to navigate around the negativity. But anyway, my video is about to stop. So you all have a blessed and wonderful Wednesday. And if God's willing, I'll be back with you all later on this week. Love you. Peace.